In this video, oh, whoa, dang, I almost stumbled. I don't know where the falls are. But I'm going to try to find them. Hello. Welcome back to another video. Hello, welcome. Today I'm going to be just walking around in the woods trying to find some falls that are somewhere around here. I've been on this trail before, and last time I was here I got lost, and so hopefully I don't get lost this time, but I am going to be trying to find, apparently there's like a falls around here somewhere, so that's what I'm going to be looking for, and hopefully I do not get lost. I am at A, so there's that. There's markers letting you know where you're at. But it's just like trails that go back in the woods. There's other people here with me. Well, not with me, but just other people on the trail. But yeah. So when I was lost here, the last time I've been here, which has been like many years ago, I got lost and I was yelling out for help. And this Amish family heard me. And they was like, oh, you come with us. You come with us. And so I followed them back to their truck, got in the back of their pickup truck, and they took me to the other side of the parking lot, because there is another side to the parking lot here that you can park at, but I don't know where that is. But luckily the Amish people knew, and the people that I was with at the time, they took me back to that parking lot, because I told them I parked on that other parking lot. And I was like, well, this ain't the parking lot we parked at. So they was like, okay. So they took me in the back of their pickup truck and they drew me to that parking spot to where the people I was with at. So luckily, you know, I was able to find my way back. Wow. I got a little something right there, a little piece of chocolate. But yeah, I was able to find my way back. So thank you for those Amish people for helping me find my way. Don't know where this trail is or anything like that. I'm taking a picture. I'm gonna wait. But if you just look right here, this is a trail. I don't know where this trail goes. Maybe it goes up that way somewhere. I don't want to get in these people's photos, but if you just look out. So yeah, luckily I was able to find my way because of those Amish people. So hopefully I do not get lost in this video, because I do not want to get lost again, because this time I don't think that I will be able to find my way out of here, even if I tried. So, but I'm going to stay on the path, and hopefully I'll just be able to backtrack. But here is one of the waterfalls right here. Oh wow. So the little stream goes out right to here, and it falls right there. Hence the name, waterfalls. And if you look, there's like a big huge canyon right down here. I'm going to try to get as close as I can to the bottom, so I'll be able to show it from the bottom up. But right now I'm at the top of it, and right there's where the water falls off. So I gotta mind my step here so I won't fall over to the edge. But if I stand like right over here, first off, look at this log. Who's brave enough to walk across this log? Not me. That's for sure. I have terrible balance. I would fall and crack my head right down there. But here is the shot of the waterfall that is going down right there. This is just one of them. It's not even the main one, it's just one of them. But it's right there. I gotta make my way down there. So, without hopefully stepping on anything. Oh, I'm really close to the edge now. The water's not that deep down there. Probably like ankle high, maybe knee high. But during the summer, this will be a good place to come and get wet and stand right underneath that fall right there and just cool off. So I bet you a lot of people during the summer will come down here and do that exact thing, which I don't see why you not. Especially if you're a kid, you know, maybe I can get underneath the waterfall, which is right down there. But I will see. Right now I have to make my way around there and then go down there. If you look right down there, that is like the rest of the tunnel right down there. This is the other side of the waterfall. Right here. Not the other side, just a different complete angle. And this front right now there's people down there, so I'm gonna wait until they go on so I can get some island shots down there. Right now, man, it just goes all the way back down there. And maybe this could be the only trail that leads here. I thought there would be more trails. Maybe there is downriver or down the creek. I'm not 100% sure, but we will see. As soon as these people are done taking their camera shots, we're gonna go down there and get some of our own. But it is, I'm gonna make my way down here too. There's like this rock down here, so I have to mind my step. Ugh. And I'm probably gonna have to seal my bum to be able to get down here to this rock. Ugh. Oh. There's the creek right there that goes all the way down that hill. And right there's the falls on top with the water coming down and everything. And it just goes all the way down. You can see the hill mountain tops right over there. I have not made my way down there yet, but I will. Right now, just taking in the scenery and everything. And the hill down there. And right there is the falls. I don't know, there is like a little place you can get back in there, but I don't know if I'll be able to make it back in there without getting wet, so probably not gonna push my luck and try to get back in there. But if you look right here, here is a little tiny edgeway that you can climb on. I don't know how slippery it is, because if I fall, it's curtains. I don't feel comfortable going back there because it is a small space right there to that rock, and it is a little bit slippery because of the moss that is growing on these rocks right here. So it would be dangerous for me to try to make that. But I don't know, should I try it? I don't know. I don't feel like falling and breaking my neck, so. But it would be a nice summer place to cool off and all that. Right there. I love walking these nature trails and everything. But so we're gonna try to make our way down there as well at the bottom. All right, I made it down to the bottom. I crossed these rocks to get a good look down here. See, I'm at the bottom with these massive trees. Oh, I step over these logs that are laying here. Whoa. Woo, I made it. All right. Made it to the bottom. There is one of the waterfalls. Again, I'm not sure if it's the main one. I don't think it's the main one. See, the water is kind of feet deep. This would be a nice place during the summer to come down here and stand right underneath that waterfall and get cooled off. And there's where I was standing right there. And I had to go down that way. I was going to try to get over there, but too slippery. Don't want to risk it. But that is a cool waterfall right there. And oh, look at these two lovebirds right here, Frank and Melly. Aw, ain't that sweet? I bet you they're broken up now. They probably ain't together anymore. Then if you look right there, is the big huge mountain. Now I could try to get back in there, but the only pathway is through here. Probably, yeah, you're gonna get wet. So I don't feel like getting wet today, so I'm not gonna go back up in there. If it was summer, I probably definitely would do it though. That's what I like about taking these walking trails, man. You never know what you're gonna see. And I just like being outside in nature and just walking around, just chilling. Very nice, very relaxing. So, yeah. And also a cool waterfall right there. Yeah, I feel at peace, you know? It gives you a sense of peace being out in nature. But yeah, now we have to go all the way down that way and see what's down further. But here is one of the waterfalls. All right, so there's the waterfall. The water comes down here to this little portion right here that's running off the rocks. Gotta mind my step because the rocks are wet and slippery. But then it goes right across down there. I'm gonna get a whole lot closer. And there's also some art up there on those rocks, so I'm probably gonna climb those rocks and see what's up there. But right now I'm gonna be crossing this little tiny bit. Okay, that wasn't bad at all. We're gonna get down here to this ledge by following this rock path right here. Again, it is slippery, so I have to be cautious. Don't want to slip and fall and bust my back. So when I get down here to this ledge, whoa, there we go. All right, ooh, I can even jump over there. Here's another rock down there as well. Maybe, can I make that jump? I don't know. If I go down here, I'm gonna be walking through the mud. If I would have just stayed on that side, but I bet you I can get down there. I just gotta mind my step. Oh, I do not want to slip and fall. Whoa! Alright. This looks like a little slippery right there. My shoe is getting a little bit wet, but not too bad. There, we made it to the other side. We're gonna go down here, take a look around. Then we're gonna climb up those rocks to the side of me. So we can see, it's like a canyon right there if I zoom in. There's like a little hole up there as well. But I don't know how the heck I would get to it, because if I want to get to that little opening down there, I would have to basically climb on the top of this hill right here. And I would have to work my way over there. I don't really know if I feel like doing all that. So maybe if I just come over here closer, I'll be able to zoom in from here where I'm at and be able to see what's inside that hole. Right there, that hole. There don't look like there's nothing over there anyway, so it wouldn't even be worth the climb trying to get over there. So I'm not going to go over there, but I am going to climb up these rocks that have a bunch of stuff on them. I don't know if well, maybe I might be able to get closer. I'm going to try to get closer as well, because it looks like I can climb these rocks and then like shimmy my way over there. But again, the floor could be wet, so maybe that's a bad idea. But here, I think I'll just zoom in instead of making that climb. I've been on these trails before, and story time, I almost did die while walking one of these trails before. Not this specific trail, but I was at another trail and I was walking it, and I ended up in what you would call quicksand. But it wasn't quicksand, but it was like basically, you know how the water runs underneath the dirt and then it like kind of sinks when someone steps on it, when any type of weight is on it. Well, I was out fishing, walking this trail, not this one, the other one. I can't remember the name of it, but I was out walking that trail, and I stepped onto the island where the part where the water runs underneath the dirt, and I kid you not, I started slowly sinking. It went all, mud went all the way up to my knees, guys. And I'm not exaggerating. I froze in fear for a second, because I really thought I was about to go under. But then I thought to myself, well, if I'm going to go under, I might as well keep moving, because I ain't going to get out of here. And all I'm doing is standing here, and I'm going to get stucker and stucker. And so it's going to be harder and harder for me to get out. So I was like, heck it, you know what, I'm just gonna make a run for it. And that's what I did. I pulled my knees up out of the mud and I made a run for it, and luckily I made it across without sinking any further. But that was a true story, and my near death experience with death itself, because if I would have just stood there and not did anything, I probably would have went under, because it was really muddy and it was really wet. But you want to know the crazy part about that is? The crazy part is that I walked on the island to get to the part where I wanted to fish. And I fished there for a little tiny bit, but then I realized it was a bad fishing spot anyway, because all I was getting was snags. So it was when I made my way across back on the same island, on the same land that I was walking for to get there, that's when I started sinking. So that was kind of weird, but nonetheless, I'm happy I made it out, and I'm happy I did not sink. And the reason why I bring that whole story, because I was going to try to get right over there to that patch of land, but it looks like the same scenario where all this creek water is running underneath of there. And so I do not want to risk that again. So I'm not going to go that way. But I am going to make it up these rocks, because there is some graffiti and stuff to look at up there. So I'm going to have to make my way back up there and climb that. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'll see you guys when I make it up there so I can focus on climbing that and not filming so I won't miss a step. All right. Woo! I made it up here. Pretty easy too. Wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be. Ugh. But I was able to make it up here in one piece. Let me zoom out here. Right here. This is where I'm at. Ugh. Ugh. On the other side of the falls, graffiti people came up here and posted on this rock. I don't even know what this says. Zero idea. So there's some I love Kim. Okay, well, I hope Kim loves you. There's some more graffiti up here that's dang, the word left my mouth, left my mind. But that's faded. Yeah, faded. That's the word I'm looking for. So I came up here and put love on these rocks. There's some more graffiti. Someone grew a skull with the X over it. K W money sign. Don't know what this is all about, Dana, but here's a 3D art piece. I don't know what type of flag that is. At first I thought maybe Ukraine flag, but no. I don't know. Don't even know what that word means. But people just come down here and put down messages and stuff. And also another one. This is where I'm at. This is all my surroundings. I like being one with nature. Refreshing. Alright. I was able to make my way down here from going down this hill right up there and just kind of shimmying my way down. Right across is where I want to get to. I mean, just being in this massive canyon, and right down there is where the falls are at. But I want to get over there, so I'm gonna have to, looks like, shimmy my way down here and somehow I'm looking to see which is the best way, because people got on those rocks. Oh, you know what, here, that's easier. Go right down here. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go down here, get on those rocks and climb right over. A lot of people come down here. Ugh, there's nobody down here now. Yeah, let me zoom out and get a better look. I'm gonna have to go down here to these rocks. Ugh, duck underneath this tree log. Hopefully there's like no snakes or anything back in here that'll bite me. Hey, look, that tunnel. Oh, it's way too low for me to climb. But probably something. I wouldn't be surprised if something does live right back down in there. There are hunters that hunt around this area as well. But I don't think I'm gonna have to worry about that because I'm not in any hunting area at the moment. So let's see, how am I gonna get across this? Oh, I'll have to step on this. I'm getting closer to where I want to go. I have to go through here, up those rocks to get to the other side. But I am down in the crevice. Look at that tree right there that fell. Oh gosh. There's a stream. There's a nice little pool, so I have to step on this rock. Then I have to make a leap from here to over there. So, wish me luck. I'm probably gonna get wet. Okay, well, I didn't get wet. It was a shorter jump than I thought. Why do I make everything so dramatic? But now I'm just gonna... Oh, wow. Look at this. I'm right underneath this huge rock right here. That just sticks out. Here's a rock that kind of goes in. There might be something living in there. I don't know. I am worried about snakes and coming across a beehive. That would suck. That's the only thing I'm worried about right now is the snakes. But I have to climb up this rock in order to get up to that wall that I want to reach. And it's muddy as heck. So again, I just gotta mind my step. Alright. I made it. I made it to the graffiti wall. From going down that hill, which I'll have to go back up because that's the only way out of here. So it wasn't that steep of a hill, but going up might be a different story. But that's fine because I did make it to the graffiti wall. People come up and put all different types of things up on here. This is the furthest I can zoom out, so I'm gonna put some, I don't know what that's supposed to be. Whoa, who put that? Men deserve jail. The bad people, the criminals deserve jail, but not all men. There's probably some liberal who wrote that. Something a liberal would write. RP to somebody. Someone came up here and drew a UFO. I guess that's what that's supposed to be. UFO. If you look, here's the view from where I'm standing. On this side. It kind of goes back here. Ooh. Yeah, I'm stopping right there. Right here because look, you can walk that, but that is very tight. And I don't feel like risking it today, guys. So this is going to be the end of the line. This is going to be the furthest I can go. But if you see right there, that rock is sticking out way further, so you're going to have to reach around to get around that way. So I'm not going to be going that way. It is a nice view up here, though. There's the big rock over our heads. That collapse, I'm cooked. Oh! No echo. It's just nice and relaxing to be back in these woods. I like being in the woods. I'm a nature guy. Nature walks. A lot of fun. For me, personally. I really enjoy it. It's nice, it's calm. Being with the birds. Being one with nature. I'm just having a good old time. Right here. It goes all the way back in there. There is another falls that I'm going to try to get to. So, hopefully I'll be able to get to it. Yeah, this is the other side. I'm not 100% sure, but this is where the GPS took me. And so that's where we're going to be walking down here. And don't this give you Children of the Corn vibes? I'm expecting Malachi. I think that's the main kid's name is Malachi. I'm expecting him and his little goons to walk out of the cornfield right here and say, "Come with us. We gotta sacrifice you." Right? I think that's what they do in the Children of the Corn, the first movie. Been a long time since I've seen that movie, but I'm pretty sure that's the kid's name, Malachi. But it's just an endless trail here of nothing but corn, and we're not going to walk too far. I'm not going to walk too far, but I am going to see what's down here. Hopefully this is the other side. And while I was walking back up that hill, I hurt myself. Right there, got a little boo-boo. I didn't even notice it until after I got into the car. And I'm like, oh wow, look, I hurt myself. It must have been like the adrenaline pumping. Because they say whenever you get hurt, you know, you won't feel it until the adrenaline runs off. I mean, it don't hurt at all. But it was just something I noticed and I didn't even realize until I got into the car. So now it did have markers down here as well. Oh wait, this is the other side. I wasn't sure, but it 100% is. Yeah, I'm so happy I found it. I thought maybe this was a... But no, this is just like down there. So I need to, I guess, keep walking down this path to get to where I want to go. Ooh, coming up on this muddy part right here. Oh no, this is the falls. How do I get down there? There is the other waterfall here. Now I'm gonna climb down here so we can get an even better view behind the waterfall. But there, and I also had to walk on top of the waterfall right across right there. I guess I could have went down this way, but this way just seems a whole lot easier. But there it is. Now I'm gonna have to make my way down here somehow. Before we make our way to the waterfall, I'm gonna get over here to these rocks, and there's some drawing on the wall. And this goes all the way back down. There is the end. So I'm gonna walk all the way down and work my way all the way back up. I have to mind my step. Whoa, my water. Whoa. All right, easy enough to get over here. Oh wow, this nice tunnel cave that goes right along back in here. And zoom in. People wrote on these walls a lot, as I'm showing you guys. Ugh. Woo! I like walking on these rocks. Zoom out a little. So, a little tiny bit of an echo. Not too much though. There's glass down here. Guess people come down here to party. Party hardy. I came down there and drew the sign. I remembered those. You're supposed to make an S using just 2 lines. And that's how people do it. I remember making those back in school. Alright. Whoa. Whoa. It's here. Don't know if that's a band or something, or was that supposed to be like an alien or something? I'm not 100% sure what that's supposed to be, but here's the big huge rock that it is drawn on. Not too bad. Okay, here we go. Oh, wow. So here is where the water continues to run down the creek here. Down that way. All the way down there. And I made it to the other side. These rocks with all these graffitis into it. There you go. More artwork. People came up here and spray painted on the cave. Oh! Not an echo. The walls are not close enough for an echo. Sitting right here is the stream. Goes down into that way. All the way down that way. There it is. Little small waterfall. This is the back way that we came. Always gotta take the hard way. But it is a small waterfall. Now in order to get behind it, I'm gonna have to cross these rocks right here, then make my way right back in there. So made it. Let me zoom out. Zoom out. There we go. So we can get the entire thing. It's just soothing hearing that waterfall and hitting those rocks. Really relaxing down here. Yeah, back behind the waterfall. Here is the inside of the cave. Behind the waterfall. People come back here also. Tag the cave walls back in here. I don't really know what that says. I can't really make out any of the words. But here is the back of the waterfall. Can I get my hand in there? I'll tell you guys how cold the water is. Ooh, that's cold. Oh yeah, that's cold. Right on the spot where I hurt myself. Woo! But I bet you what? I bet you during the summer, come out here, stand underneath this thing, you will get a cool off. 100%. You'll feel fresh. Right, hits the note of the rocks. That's gonna do it for me by the waterfall. We accomplished our mission today. It was a good Monday. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one.